Thank you all for joining us on this special Tal's Take live from Israel edition. Um, I'm Sarah Rosenbaum. I'm the Chief Impact Officer at the Jewish Community Federation of Richmond. Um, we know that we have so many loved ones who are in Israel, and we're all thinking about them. If you know anybody from our community who needs support in Israel, to get home, or if you know any of our Israeli community that needs support to get back to Israel, please let either me or Daniel Staffenberg know. We're here. We're in close contact with our partners at JFNA and other programs. But I know we're all here for a very special reason to hear from our own community shlicha Tal. You don't need to hear from me this morning. So I'm gonna let Tal take it away. Talk for a little bit. If you have questions, please add them to the chat or raise your hand. And let's hear from Tal. Good morning or good afternoon, because it's already the afternoon in Israel. How are you
Right.
feeling? How are
I'm
you?
feeling well, and I must tell you guys that this morning was a very exciting morning for us. My brother just had his bar mitzvah, and I have only one brother. I have two siblings, but one brother. So it was the first and the last in our nuclear family. It was very exciting and moving. So it was a good morning after two sirens during the morning before. So I came back home and took a nap as almost every day now because the nights are just, I don't know if you can say that in English, white night. Do you call it that way as well? No. In Hebrew, we call it white night, like if you're awake all night. So that's how it feels recently. I'll say that everybody, when they ask me how I feel and how it's been since that Thursday, I always say okay, because of course I'm fine, thanks God. I live in my apartment with my parents and my siblings. Actually, my sister most of the time is in the army. She came back only for that weekend. But we have a shelter in the apartment, but the situation is much more scary than any other thing that I can remember. Of course, October 7th was a shock for all of us. We were depressed, I think, for 3 weeks, couldn't, like we were in such deep disbelief. And this time we woke up again for a surprise of an alarm that the IDF and the state decided to play for all of us. So all of the country woke up together at 3:30 a.m. again from an alarm, but this time we all felt and knew that it's different. We knew that it's for a reason that's supposed to create a better reality for all of us, a safer reality. We all knew that if we would have waited one more day, 2 more days, the things would have looked differently. So it is scary because people, as you can see, getting hurt and dying every day. People in Israel began to be super apathetic to rockets, and suddenly now everyone super strict again and listening because it's not a game anymore. We know that it's like a lottery. You don't know if your building or house will be chosen this time to get bombed. So it's a little scary, especially because we found out, unfortunately, a few days ago that even the mamad and the shelter are not safe as we thought. There was one apartment in Petah Tikva that the rocket hit like exactly in the mamad, and the people inside died. So it's scary, but we all are strong and know that it really is for the best. And as you know, I came here how much time ago, Sarah and Danny? 3 weeks ago?
Three
I think
weeks.
exactly, right?
3 weeks ago, last night, yes, today, Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday is today. So 3 weeks ago, I left Richmond, and I was supposed to come back, and still, to be honest, supposed to come back in a week. I really hope I'll make it, not because I want to run away. The opposite. I'm thrilled and happy, not because I love the situation. Of course, it's horrible. I'm scared sometimes. But I know I would have been much more scared if I would be far away from home, from my family in this situation. So I'm happy I'm here. And I want to come back already to give that feeling to you guys, and share it with you. And I miss you all as well. I always tell people here that I have like another life there. I built, home and got new members to my family. So I miss you a lot, and I really appreciate it, all of you joining me here today. It really warms up my heart. And that's it. I don't know what else you guys would like to know, but I just love to see your face. So please ask me anything you'd want.
Can you I heard yesterday that some of the restrictions were being lifted today. Is that still happening with the recent news? Can you tell us what a day to day has been like?
Yeah. So first about all of that, I'm not sure. I do think that some restrictions are now it's a little easier to continue with your life. I know that, for example, the synagogue that we went today for my brother, we almost couldn't make it because you could not bring more than 30 people to a place and all of that when there's like only one shelter, but we made it. But one of my friends, she's working in a Lululemon store. So they decided yesterday to open that up. And this morning they got scared of the rocket, so they decided to keep it closed. So I think it really depends, and also like what people feel like the manager of places. I know that my mom, she's a vice principal in elementary school, so they are not coming back to school yet. Maybe next week, maybe not. But my brother, the whole week he didn't study at all, only from far away. Like we have that system from the COVID days, like the computer. It was funny to see that in Richmond you cancel school for snowstorms, right? So this 2 weeks were canceled for storm from Iran. And day-to-day life, it really depends. The first 2 days were scary as hell to leave the homes and stuff. Like we wanted to understand what's going on. By the way, my cousin from New Jersey, she's stuck in here in Israel, so she's with us as well. So it was a little shock, and then you get a little more courage into you because you want to see friends and you want to do stuff. So you drive 10 minutes to only friends that live in your city. But then, like, I remember a few nights ago, I went to see my best friend, and then I went to the car. It was like midnight. I went to the car, and I don't know what kept me in the car, just texting and watching reels on my phone. And suddenly I got like an alert in my phone. We have Amber Alerts also for the rockets from Iran, that soon they're gonna be a siren. So I immediately ran inside the house again and got into the shelter. So it really depends. They're trying to mess with us, like with our mind and spirit. So they're waking us up every night, twice, 3 times, especially in the center of Israel. And it's tough, but it's also okay. One time it was really scary when we had the two rockets that fell in Rehovot, because like I remember even my dog, she's never scared. She's also always when there's a siren, she's like waking up and running between all of us in the rooms and like barking at us to get into the shelter. And this time she was really, really scared, as all of us, because it sounded like something hit the building. But fortunately, no, it was few neighborhoods away.
So you just mentioned Rehovot. We had a question in the chat to remind everybody where you all were.
Yeah, so I'm in Rehovot, and they when they sent the rockets here, the target was the Weizmann Institute. Now you would say, okay, they would try to, eliminate it. I don't know, research about rockets or weapons and stuff like that. Actually, what they harmed was people that researched for years how to create a medicine for cancer. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It just, I don't know, it just, what they're targeting and what we are trying to do is so different. And they're trying to, they're pretending like they're doing something they're not. Even about the hospital yesterday that they bombed, if you saw, the only hospital in the south, they bombed, and now they evacuated all the patients from there. But I must show you one picture that they are spreading that's supposed to show how we're hiding inside the hospitals. I don't know if you can see it, like tanks and planes. That's what they're spreading to the world. So people believe that, like they're doing basically what we are claiming that we're doing in Gaza. But we're not lying. So that's the only thing they're different. I remember we had a joke that ran here in the first few days that like they showed how in Tel Aviv buildings, they have airplanes inside the apartments. So some people said, like, how can we have airplanes? We can't even find a parking spot. It was pretty funny. I can't hear if you were laughing or not, but
I'm laughing. You can hear me.
Yeah, I found it funny.
We have another question from Robin Galpern. Are the grocery stores open? Or is there food on the shelves?
Yes, it's open.
He
It
wants
was
to make
open
sure you're
from the
eating well.
beginning. Yes, I am. Thanks to my mom. She's spoiling me, so it's good. It's open, and we're having a lot of food, but there are some things, that are missing, especially in the beginning of the war, like water, because we're really scared that they're gonna do something to the electricity in Israel or something that would make it impossible to leave the shelter or the apartments, or we'll need to stay inside. They're threatening to do something with, I don't know if a lot of people are aware. I gotta let go of it as well. I'm watching Telegram and like all the videos that they're spreading. And they're threatening now, I don't know if they're serious or not, to do something with chemical weapons. So like there's a lot of things that we're thinking of that we need to protect ourselves from. So a lot of people bought a lot of water to put it in the shelter and a lot of cans of food. So things like that sometimes are missing, but the grocery store stayed open from the beginning.
Is anybody home with you? We had Ephraim's asking if there's family we can meet. Or
Do you want to meet them?
Bunny asked.
My mom is here, my sister, and my dog. Do you want me to tell them to come say hi? Okay, 1 second.
While you're doing that, I just want to say hi and have you hear my voice and
Love
you.
you.
Can you talk about while your family's coming? What is the situation? We've got a bunch of different conflicts. Is there still focus on the hostages? Is there still what is kind of this? There's this weird mishmash of things going on. What is the?
אמא, אתן יכולות לבוא לומר שלום? הם מבקשים. גם יובל, תביאי גם את לונה. בסדר, הכל טוב. תבואי עוד כמה שניות. ביי. Okay, they're gonna come. About the everything that's going on. So it is pretty sad. Like, to be honest, I was very disappointed of myself as well, because for okay. Okay. Well, yeah.
Hello, nice to meet you.
That's my mom. That's my sister.
Hello,
Marina, Yuval, and Yorai.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hey, Danny.
Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Yorai, you better send back some hummus.
I send Vital.
Okay.
We invite you all to come and visit us
Will
again.
do, again.
And the bar
Yes,
mitzvah
Ciao.
boy,
after,
the bar
well,
mitzvah-
yeah, exactly. When it will be quieter.
Yeah.
and we missed the
Okay,
bar
bye.
mitzvah boy. He already went out. So
Yeah, yeah.
we send
He went to
our
a
love and our
friend.
mazel tov to you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Kisses to you all. Bye, guys.
Bye. Nice to meet you. קיבלתי גם מקודם. Okay. My family is the best. I just need to say that. So I was very disappointed of myself regarding to your question, Danny. Ephraim, I'll show the dog, I promise, Ephraim and Bunny. Because for a day, 24 hours, I totally forgot about the hostages and about what's going on in Gaza. And I suddenly thought about it again, only when I saw one of the mothers of Alon Noel speaking about him. And then suddenly I was like, oh my God, they're still there. And then, the head starts running. Like, what if a rocket goes there from Iran? And what if, I don't know, now like we're all going to be focused on that and forget a little bit about that we still have siblings there that are waiting, 53 people that are still, So hopefully, I'm very hopeful in general about everything that regards Israel, but specifically about that, I'm super hopeful that, we'll get to a point soon where we control the situation in all fronts and we'll be able to bring peace and bring them home. So we need to pray hard for that.
Any other questions in the chat other than the dog? We'll work on that.
We wonder who asked about the dog.
We know who asked about the dog.
I'll just say one thing from me to you. We get a lot of time to be on social media and stuff like that, especially when we're in the shelter or in general. First, because it's our life here, and second, specifically me, I'm getting still all the media I used to.
You went on mute.
Someone muted me. It wasn't me. But anyways, so I'm still getting like my algorithm still giving me all the media I used to get in America. And I see terrible, 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 awful things. Every time you think it can't go worse, people surprising me. So I see a lot of people that saying, Iran has the right to defend itself. We all need to support the destruction of Israel, this and that and that. I don't know, many, many terrible things. If before people used to speak about the new Holocaust that they should bring, now they are hoping that Iran will do the job for them. And for me, I would like each one of you to take it with you, to be some kind of ambassadors for Israel when I'm coming back, but even before, and to be able to talk about the huge threat we were standing in front before and still now, why we went on this, why we started it from the beginning, how today Israel could maybe not be existed anymore if we were not, and how we're doing the kind of dirty job for the rest of the world, because maybe we were the #1 target. And we see it now, even like in this war, how they're targeting all the civilians instead of, military facilities and stuff like that. So we could have been the #1 target, and you guys, Europe, everywhere else would have been the next.
So we had a question about flights. El Al still has postponed flights through the 23rd, I believe. They are doing some rescue missions to bring Israelis who were out of the country back in. But at least through the 23rd, when I checked again yesterday evening. We do have some more questions in the chat, Tal. What are you not able to do now because of the situation?
Oh my God, to go to the beach first. That's why I came back to Israel. So I can do that. It's my favorite place. I wish I could. I'm a little scared because you don't have shelters there. And also I don't think we're allowed. I mean, people are doing it, but it's like people that lives in Tel Aviv, so they're just crossing the road and going to the beach. I'm not sure that we're allowed. I wish I could just basically do whatever I would want to, because I have limited time here. I would want to see friends that live farther than Rehovot, which I can't now. I would want to see my grandparents more. I saw them today after a week and a half. And usually when I used to live here, and what I planned on doing is to see them, every other day, because that's how I used to, and that's how I love to do, and I can't.
Are you doing anything to try to stay positive? Because social media can bring you down, and this.
Yeah, I'm watching Netflix shows. I'm watching Ginny and Georgia now. And I'm meeting a lot of friends from my city. We are trying to stay together, so we know like what times usually there are alarms. So that times we're not together unless like suddenly we are, and then we're going to the shelter together. But we're trying to see each other as much as we can. I'm trying to be with my family. We're making special lunches and dinners every time to try to keep the spirit up. And I'm writing a lot, reading a lot, things that I didn't have time before because I was running to do all of my plans. Suddenly I'm forced to do.
Do you have an idea of what the mindset of the Israelis are about this being a necessary war, necessary conflict? Is that
Yes.
the general opinion?
It is. I think, first, we know about the threat from Iran for years. I think since I was born, I know that there is something there. In the beginning, it was like to make fun of them in our Eretz Nehederet, like SNL, the Israeli SNL, and we would do like, a lot of jokes about them trying to kill all of Israelis and the nuclear weapons and all of these things. And we can think whatever we want about our prime minister and a lot of people that are in the government right now, but a lot of them are speaking about the threat from Iran for many, many years, 40 years, since the Islamic regime took over there. Because before, I hope everybody knows that Israel had very, very good relationship with Iran. I just saw a few days ago that we almost even built like missiles factory with them together in a partnership in the 60s, which is crazy to think about that today the rockets that they're firing at us could have been actually Israeli ones. I forgot your question, Sarah. I hope I answered.
It was about the mindset of whether this was a
Yeah, so the
necessary.
mindset, so everyone are sure and positive that it is a necessary war. There's a lot of criticism in general about like why don't we have shelters and mamad in every apartment, in every home? Why, for example, my grandparents, my grandmother is 71 and my grandfather 72 and my grandfather is 79. He has Parkinson. They live in a building in Bat Yam. They live in the 3rd floor. They don't have shelter in the apartment. They have only shelter down the building. So they're stubborn. They don't want to come to us. We invited them to come stay with us. They don't want to. But every time now, before, because it was like not as strong rockets as Iran are using, they used to just go to the stairs room, but now they gotta go down. So only if we're getting the alerts in the phone in time before the alarm, they're making it down to the shelter. All the people that died so far, besides the people that were in the mamad in Petah Tikva, that the missile hit the Mamad itself. They survived, maybe got injured or something like that, but survived. But a lot of people, elderly, are not making it to the shelter. And then if a rocket hit, it's very upsetting and scary. So there are criticism about that, and there are criticism about what's going on in Gaza with the hostages. And I'm sure there are people that say like, okay, what are we doing in Iran? But it's not like the majority at all. It's not. I didn't hear so far.
Any other questions? Happy to take you off mute if you want to.
Yeah,
Ask-
and we can
speak
also
still.
just connect with Carl and ask, general if people want to.
I'll go ahead. Hey, Tal, it's Brian Green. It's nice to
Hey,
see you. Glad you're
Hello.
safe. Thanks for carving out some time for us this morning. Can you talk a little bit about the mindset of what should the United States do? I mean, there's a lot of articles over here about, do we get out the bunker busters or should we not? Are we isolationists? Are we not? I don't know. Are they saying things like that in Israel about us, or
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah,
vibe?
they're talking about it in Israel. I just read something about it. A lot of people claim, and it's smarter people than me, so maybe they're right, that Israel can't finish the job, can't get the job done without the United States. So in my opinion, I would guess that the security organizations and the IDF and the government would like, of course, the United States to join in. But as you know, you have many other interests that you need to consider. If I would need to make the decision, I think everything is worth to stop Iran, because they are danger, like a big danger for the free world, to the world in general, even not the free world. Every citizen in the world would get hurt if they would get nuclear weapon. So for that to do that, we do need you, from what I've heard and read. Days will tell if you'll join in or not.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
This group
Tal,
Oh, hi, Adam. Go ahead.
Hey, Adam.
what are you looking forward to most when you get back here?
I'm looking forward to Sitak, actually. He was supposed
I think
to,
that's
he was supposed to land here today, this morning, and obviously they canceled the flight, but even before, my family and I told him, listen, it's better to cancel it. He understood it on his own. He has more important things to do there now in Richmond. But I'm looking forward to see him and all of you guys, like the people. That's the thing I'm looking forward the most, to get and to receive and give hugs and love.
And she
we
has
can't wait to see you too.
and she has a lot of plans for her second year. So be on the lookout.
Right.
Well, it's Eddie. I don't want to cut us off short, but it's been wonderful to see you this morning, see the family. We love you. We miss you.
Miss you, Tal.
I love you all, Hedy. I love you all, guys. Thank you
Miss
so
you.
much for joining, really.
If you need to get off, we understand, and it's understandable. Keep it open for a little bit so people can connect and say quick hellos. Tal, thank you for just being you and being part of our family there. Know that even though we can't give you the physical hug, we had a whole bunch of people here, and I know there were a bunch of people who wanted to be on, who had other appointments or stuff. Stay safe.
Thank you all for joining.
Oh, we even got your boss Noah on. Look at that.
Yeah. And I
Right.
will say, I will say
Note.
one more thing, that I know that a lot of people are stuck in Israel. And on behalf of the Jewish Agency, maybe, Noah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that the Jewish Agency are involved in the federations and many other organizations trying to help Americans, but in general, foreign citizens to get back safely home.
You are correct. And then if you have anybody that's stuck and need help, we are more than happy to help and try to get you as much information as needed.
Up there, Tal, I know you've been in touch with a bunch of people. We have Rabbi Kranz, Rabbi Grimsteiner are both in Israel right now. We had a young lady, Hannah, who was on the LGBTQ mission with JFNA, who ended up getting out through Jordan and Amman and flying back. We've helped, but if you know of anybody that needs help one way or the other, it's kind of the living bridge at this point. Reach out to Sarah, myself, or anybody here at the staff, and we can connect you to the Jewish Agency or others that are doing it. And Adam, if you want to see the power of our people, find on YouTube the Birthright Israel 1,500 person boat that was from a stuck. They were in a shelter or whatever. They had a boat over, and I believe it was 2 days of partying as they went to Cyprus or however long it was. It's a reminder that we're pretty strong people. I'm going to take the second for the Federation. We have reopened our Israel Emergency Fund. We're grateful to that support. And Sarah and Ellen Renee Adams are leading an effort in partnership with the Virginia Peninsula that we'd already started to help rebuild the city of Shlomi in the north. In partnership with the Jewish Agency, JDC, we're actually meeting later today with the mayor and leadership of that city, where they will tell us what they need to physically rebuild, mentally rebuild, and bring their community back. We're excited to be a small part of that. We have already raised $200,000 to deploy, but it's going to take much, much more. In the chat, you can see how you can both stay in touch, learn more. We're putting out daily updates on the situation on our website. And if you'd like to participate, you're there as well. And the last thing I'll say is, and this is unfortunate, while Tal is dealing on the front lines with missiles from Iran and rockets, I do want to encourage all of us to also stay vigilant and safe here locally. Boulder, DC, and ongoing threats continue to rise. We have been in touch with all of our rabbis and synagogues to reinforce our safety protocols and ask them to continue to be safe so that we can gather, pray, celebrate, and be together safely. But I'd encourage you, if you have not yet reached out to Dave Brackens, our regional security advisor, to participate in training, I would encourage you to do so. I wish I could tell you that it won't happen here, but that's what they said in Boulder. That's what they said in DC. That's what they said in Poway, Kansas City, and elsewhere. So please be part of our system for security, support the program, and get yourself trained as well. So Sarah and I have started to talk about docking you if you're not back here for work, next week. So just know you're gonna get that.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Tada.
everybody.
Be safe. Sending all of our love. Hopefully I'll see you at the airport in exactly a week.
Thank you all.